The Random Show. Inside knowledge of TV, pop culture, and game shows. With your host, executive producer of Let's Make a Deal and The Price is Right, Mike Richards. Joined by the shortest moral compass on podcasts, Beth Triffin. And now, The Random Show.
Welcome to The Random Show, Beth. We're on.
Hi.
Oh, that was very excited. I'm back. I had a week off.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Can we talk about what you did on your week off and then what I did on my week off?
Yeah, we can. I mean, we have a great podcast. So I want to tell everyone in case they don't want to slog through our vacation weeks.
I didn't have a vacation
I know
week.
you didn't. So we are going to talk to my favorite contestant. And I want to choose favorites. I don't love that.
I know you love everyone.
I do love everyone on the show for their own reasons. But Rowena is one of my favorite contestants, maybe of all time.
She's got an
on
awesome
The Price
name.
is Right. She has an awesome name. She's an awesome person. She had an awesome hat with dollar bills, y'all, on it.
Hanging off it.
So we never actually saw her face. But so she's going to be on.
We have no idea what she looks like.
No, I have no clue. But so she's going to be on to talk about her experience. The show just reran that she was on. And
she got a catchphrase.
She got a catchphrase out of it in the Twitterverse, so we're going to talk about that.
Cool.
And then we are going to talk to Karla Mosley, who is the star of Bold and the Beautiful.
Oh, Jesus.
And she's been on The Price is Right as a model.
I mean, you should know that she was the star of the Bold and Beautiful because you've been
Writing
on
that
show.
Is that the show? Is that the one I was on?
Yeah.
My acting days, my
What
acting
are
resume,
you doing?
my acting resume is so robust.
He can't
It's
even
hard for
remember
me
the
to
one
keep
show you've been on.
I've been on exactly one show. For those of you who don't know, I acted in a scene.
A couple lines.
I had a couple lines, most of which were cut due to bad acting. And when someone, and I'm not trying to bag on the soap, but the soap actors will say this, that they play things big and over the top and they're comedic in their delivery. But when you're a bad actor compared to soap actors, that may mean you're terrible. And you know what I am? I'm terrible.
No.
The best was so I played and I wasn't exactly stretching.
No, you weren't.
I was playing a producer of The Price is Right. And Beth will now give you a line reading from my scene.
So Mike was supposed to be asking a contestant, why are you coming to The Price is Right today? And his line was, what are you doing?
What are you doing here, I believe was the line.
What are you doing here? Okay. And he said, hello, what are you doing here? With a very robotic, welcoming arm movement.
Well, that was my character in my head.
What are you doing
my backstory,
here?
I wasn't being me. In my backstory, I was a very stilted producer, fearful of picking a bad contestant, and so that would make my movements, my gesticulations, and my speech pattern very robotic. It's all very deep.
Did you do a Stella Adler backstory? And
I don't know
analysis?
what that is, but yes.
Okay, cool.
But I created a whole backstory. I was from the Midwest. I was from Boise, Idaho. And I had been in multiple failed productions of Annie.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and so then I had ended up here on the West Coast as a producer on The Price is Right because it was always my favorite game show, and I thought Bob Barker was my cousin, and so there was this whole backstory that I'd come up with, but there was a lot of pressure on me, so that's all.
You know what?
Lie.
I think you did a great job then.
I'm really quite bad at acting.
No.
So anyway, Karla Mosley is going to be on. She's been on Price is Right, as I said, as a guest model. We like to have the soap stars on the Price is Right occasionally to cross over. And so she is on The Bold and Beautiful and is acting and wrote a web series that is, I guess there's a web series in The Bold and the Beautiful in the main storyline.
Right.
And so that they decided, her and Lawrence St. Victor, who is also on The Price is Right as a model.
Oh, cool.
He's a handsome young man.
He's
Wouldn't you say,
very
Bisgrove?
handsome.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's good looking. Bisgrove enjoyed him. Yes?
I did. It was great having him around.
Trying to make you talk into the microphone is painful. It really is. But anyway,
She's a true producer.
So they wrote, and that she doesn't want to be on or anywhere near the microphone.
Right.
But anyway, they wrote this web series, and so we're going to have her on to talk about it because it's
really
it's fun.
cool.
It's like a sitcom, and it's very well shot. And I'm
Yeah.
interested to see how it came about and how they ended up writing it and all of that. But I appreciate the fact that they're out there trying to do even more with their
I
careers.
think that's really cool.
We love that here on The Random Show, don't we, Beth?
We like web series.
We do love web series.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you check out the F-List because I know I do. Where can people watch the F-List right now, Beth?
FlistTV.com, on Dailymotion, and on YouTube.
Booyah Kakasha.
Booyah.
Working on season 2.
Yep.
Coming soon.
It's going to be great.
Really quick, I was out for a week. Took a family vacation. Took my family, my boys, and my wife to the beautiful Sacramento Delta. which is irrigation channels here in the mid part of California. And it's a really ugly place. And it is, but it is, what's really neat about it is that it's super polluted.
Oh my God.
Because it's basically the runoff from all the agriculture. And so all of the pesticides and everything. So in the last season that we were up there, my father-in-law and my brother-in-law both got staph infections. That's not an from being up there.
Shut. That's gross.
Is that the grossest thing you've ever
Yes, that is gross.
Yeah. So that was my trip, but it was really fun other than that.
Okay, good.
No
well,
sunburns.
that's really good.
And you didn't have a good week, did you, Beth?
No, I didn't have that great of a week. I blew a tire like an hour before I had to go babysit on Fluff, and that sucked. And then I got fleas in my house, which sucks.
How do you get
I have
fleas in
no
your house?
animals. I have no idea. I have no idea.
In your hair?
No, it's not in my hair. They're gone now. But I think it could be my neighbor's cats.
Meow. I like all pets. So I think all pets, especially indoor pets, are a win-win for everyone.
And then I got a concussion yesterday being a soccer spectator.
Yeah, so you got to tell the story, but you are on a soccer team, which is hilarious because you don't know how to play soccer.
Yeah, the narwhals.
Sure. And then you took this up because of a boyfriend from past, right, who was British, right?
No, not at all. I took this up because my friends Matt and Andy started a team, and they need another girl. So they asked me. I was the last girl to fill the spot, obviously.
So
yeah, so I hurt my ACL like 2 months ago. I swear to God, they think I'm a good player. I am good sometimes. I'm left D, and I defend that goal. They call me the Terrier, and everyone is so. But it is hard though because it's a co-ed team, like it's a co-ed league, so you are running against like 6-foot men, which I shouldn't be doing that. That's a bad idea. My brother's like, "What are you doing?" Anyway, so I hurt my ACL 2 months ago, and I've been taking it like really slow and haven't been playing. And then I went to our final yesterday, and I literally just was standing on the line with like my whole team, like just standing there,
gabbing away.
Yep, gabbing away. And this soccer ball comes out of nowhere. This guy hits it right in my head, and I literally saw stars. Like, I think I got whiplash. Like, I'm a mess. I'm not going to lie.
But you went to the doctor. They said, we don't think you have a concussion. Maybe you have a slight one.
Yeah, they said I probably have a mild one.
But you're okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
And you're flying to Ohio tomorrow. What could go wrong? You're going to be on a plane.
It's going to be fine.
If you get hurt at 35,000 feet, you're fine.
Okay.
It's not like you're stuck in a metal tube
It's
with
like
people that
no
don't know
one
what they're
can help
doing.
me. I
No.
know. I'm a little panicked about it. I'm not going to lie.
And she's now waving her hair, her
Being
face.
a hot flash.
Oh, is it that time in your life? Let's now. What do you want to do? It's your choice, Beth. Do you want to call Rowena or do you want to call the wonderful Karla Mosley? What do you want to do?
Call Carla.
Let's call Karla Mosley. So here she is, the great, the talented, and the very friendly Beth.
Oh.
Very friendly, Karla Mosley. How are you today?
Yay.
Hello. I feel like I have to be mean now.
No.
Fabulous. No, I'm just kidding.
Never be mean.
So happy to be here. So happy to be here.
So, Karla, we teed it up a little bit earlier in the podcast talking about, we were talking about how you've been on The Bold and the Beautiful. How long have you been on Bold?
Since December. So coming up upon a year.
Almost a year.
That's awesome.
And you are, I guess the way that works is they write different storylines and they put you in sometimes, more often. That's how it kind of works, right? You kind of find out how often you're going to be in the show, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty wonderful since I've been on. My character is well-liked, and she's had this really wonderful love affair with Rick, and now there seems to be something brewing with Carter, and it's just, and she's become a spokesmodel for Forrester, so she's kind of had a fairy tale. She went from her first line of "Where's my baby?" coming straight out of prison to being, the princess at the ball. So she's had a pretty good year so far.
Yeah, because
Sounds like
you
my
were.
life.
Yeah, that's basically so Beth is on with us. She is an actress as well, and also very friendly, and also very talented.
Hello, Beth.
Hi.
So, Karla, your character came out of prison, right?
Yeah, she did.
Because
And
we were
been
trying
there
to
for
get
some
you.
years.
She was there for 10 years because we were trying to get you wardrobe for.
Oh my
price.
God.
And so what we always do whenever we have a guest model is we call the Bold and Beautiful wardrobe department. And they're like, to be honest, we've just got prison garb for her. We don't have a lot in the way of dresses and stuff like that.
No, it's really true. The first 3 months, all of my clothes were from the Goodwill.
You're like, this is not what I thought when I booked a soap opera, that I would be wearing like a tarp.
Oh, I wasn't allowed to wear makeup except for dark circles that they added under my eyes. It was
Oh my God.
I was like, I'm the only actress who goes to work and then has to take off her makeup at the end of the day, except for maybe the zombies on The Walking Dead.
Right.
Exactly. And so, but now you're kind of up in the ante and you get to have makeup and you're kind of one of the girls on the show that the guys are after. Because we were watching the feed the other day and you were on doing a love scene.
Oh, God. Everyone was
watching
you.
Always an awkward moment. But when they say, you're going to be in your underwear next week. But, the Price is Right models are used to that with the bathing suits, I'm sure. But, last week was a very active week, we'll say, for Maya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it, girl. Hashtag get it, girl.
That's right.
Come on back.
That's how we do.
That's so. And what is when they tell you the week before? Because you don't always know terribly in advance what you're going to be doing.
No.
So a week before, what is the mental preparation? What's the physical preparation for a love scene?
The physical. I mean, you pretty much basically have to stay love scene ready. Oh, what is the term that they use? It's some acronym, but it's basically STTL. It's like fade to lovemaking or something amazing, some code. But, it's like you always have to be love scene ready or in the summer bathing suit ready. And,
right.
You just try to eat well and make sure. But we're all training for a triathlon, or not all of us, but 8 cast members are training for a triathlon.
Are you guys doing the Malibu triathlon?
Yes.
Oh, I've done it 3 times.
You have?
Yes. I did it my first season here. It was the last time I did it. It's the last time I've had time to train. And it's really fun. You'll have a good time. Are you going to do all 3 events, or are you guys doing it as a team?
I am. I'm going to do all 3.
Wow.
Good for you.
Awesome.
So, okay, so everyone has...
I'm really excited.
Everyone has a strength and everyone has a weakness. What's your strength in it?
Running.
Okay.
Definitely, I'm a runner. And, of course, that's the shortest part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, but my strength, I'm pretty okay with swimming. I've been practicing up in the ocean, but it's tough. It takes a lot of energy to get in and out of that water.
Yep.
But the biking is definitely my weakness. So I'm working on that over the next 3 weeks.
I feel like most people's weakness is swimming.
Most
awesome.
people cannot swim.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing. My weakness is the bike because I hate being on the bike. I hate training for it. I was a cross-country runner, so it's 4 miles or what? Isn't it like 4 miles?
Yeah, it's like you wanted to go on for a long. I wish it was or a half marathon.
Yeah, that
and
run
the biking
is like
was
the
5
greatest.
miles.
Yeah, the run I'm like ecstatic about. And the swim, the swim was always really easy for me.
Really?
And the first time I did it, I so overtrained for the swim. I was done, I think, in 17 minutes. And
oh my God.
I'm not good at I want to preface this by, it's going to sound like I'm bragging, but I'm not, because I'm going to tell you what happened next.
Okay.
So I got out of the water, and I was so far ahead of everyone
You were like...
that I thought I had swum to the wrong place. And if you don't know me, but I get lost all the time. I'm consistently lost.
And you are from here, and you're...
Yeah, no, I don't know where I am. And
yeah.
I grew up here. So I get out of the water, and I'm completely disoriented because there's no one around me. There's 4 pros. I think I was 7th out of the water, and the rest were pros. So I get out, and I'm kind of looking around, and so I'm like, oh, there's my bike, so I've got to be in the right place. I jump on my bike, and 138 people passed me. And they passed me like they were in cars, and I was on a
bike?
On a bike. People passed me. So now I will caveat for me is that I was on a mountain bike with knobby tires.
What are you supposed to be on?
I'm supposed to be on a real. Everyone's
skinny
on.
bike?
Everyone's on really nice carbon fiber $5,000 bikes.
$2,500 exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're crazy.
Okay.
And I mean, it was so funny how fast people because usually when you pass someone running or even on a bike, you kind of move past them slowly.
Right. You're with them for a second.
People were like, and I'm so competitive that I was counting.
And
I I get to the end of my the end of the bike, and 138 people pass me, and I am beyond livid. And I don't even know why I'm livid, because I have no idea what my time should be. I blew away every training time I had done to that point in the swim and in the bike, because you have so much adrenaline going. I pick up my bike and I throw it at the rack, and I put because I'm me. Like out of ugh.
Yeah.
I get my I get my shoes on, and I go on like a tear, and I passed 56 people on the run because I was so mad that I went out. Like, I had this whole strategy about how to do it, like, go out slow for the first mile and a half, 2 miles, and then come back really hard. So I don't, because I didn't know how well I was trained, or I'd never done it. I go out like my first mile is like 6 minutes. Like, I'm in because I'm so angry and wound up. And then by the end,
isn't it crazy what anger can do to you?
Yeah. So you'll have so much fun. Can I give you one hint?
Yes,
you got to get there.
Anything.
Well, I have two. First, get there super early, because it fills up. And the second or third, I think it was the second time I did it, I ended up having to walk my bike and all my gear in, and I think I started 3 miles away.
Oh,
so by the time I got there, I'm like, wait a minute, I've already gone 3 miles. I'm tired already. Yeah. So
that's awful.
whatever your plan is, get there 2 hours before that. Like, people get there. I think I got there the third time at 4 a.m, and I still ended up parking an hour away. And walking, because you got to walk your bike in. So that's just, now you may be doing the celebrity division, and maybe they take a little bit better care of you guys and stuff like that. Cause that's a good thing.
Still.
But definitely ask them, because people miss it, because it's a zoo, and that Zuma Beach area only holds so many people, and a lot of it's pre-registered and all that kind of stuff. So that's my one thing. And then the other thing is, make sure you have some kind of the whatever it's called, like body glide, to get out of your wetsuit.
Oh,
because
are you stuck?
Yeah, I got stuck. And a paparazzi literally came up and took a picture of me rolling around on the ground trying to get my wetsuit off. And he looked at me, he's like, sorry. And I'm literally rolling around in my bathing suit.
Were you please don't? This
no,
is so
I was I just looked at him. I was like, nah, you're just doing your job, dude.
He's like a beached whale.
Yeah, I did. I'm so stuck. And I started to cramp because I was trying to get it off, and I was like, oh, no, I'm cramping.
Were you starting to get claustrophobic? Get off
No,
me?
I started to think, why did I even bother swimming fast when I was going to... my transition was 5.5 minutes.
Oh, no.
Because I could not get my wetsuit off. I was a beached whale.
That's
so those are my two things. I can't wait.
But you have to laugh. What else could you do but laugh if you were riding around the ground and people are taking pictures of you?
Yeah, and the look on the guy's face, sorry.
He's like, but I'm going to do it.
Okay, we're definitely going to have you, if you'll come back on the podcast when you have done it, because I want to hear how it went.
Absolutely, so we can do a recap.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm so excited.
It's so fun.
I'm totally terrified.
Yeah, the adrenaline into the water is, when you first hit the water, your adrenaline is on max drive.
How many people do it?
Thousands.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
When I did it, Jennifer Lopez did it. And my whole thing was, at least I'm going to be faster than... Remember she did the triathlon after she had the kids? Mm-mm. This was the thing that she did.
Yeah,
and I was like, listen, I got to be faster than her. Again, because I'm super competitive against everyone.
Right.
But you have to. You have to have that little competitive drive.
Yep.
Because otherwise, you'll just stop. I did the New York Marathon a couple years ago. And the last mile, I was like, why am I going? No one would care if I just walked off the course right now. This is 26.2, 25.2 miles in. I'm ready to quit. And it's just that competitive spirit that's like, no, you're going to keep going and you're going to get to the end. And, it's healthy.
It is. Yes. So my thing was, I'm going to make sure I have to beat her. And I think she started behind me. Because they're all staggered. Everybody doesn't go at the same time. Anyway, I get out of the bike, and they were announcing, when the celebrities are there, they'll go, oh, and there goes Jennifer Lopez making the transition. And I was like, oh, my God, she's already at the run. How can that be? I literally freaked and did the same thing. Got off because I'm so terrible on the bike. Got off the bike and just started sprinting.
You're like, where is J-Lo? Where is J-Lo?
And so I'm trying to pick her off. I passed a ton of people. Come to find out, she was getting out of. This is how she struggled with the swim a little bit. She was getting out of the water.
And she was just starting her bike.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was rough. The swim gobbles people up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet.
A lot of people can't swim.
Especially if you haven't been in that ocean. It's shocking.
Yeah, you're gonna do great, and the wetsuit helps so much. a nice buoyant wetsuit.
Wow.
It's really cool.
Oh, that's
Okay,
scary.
so wait, we got totally derailed, but I'm very excited for you, and I can't wait to hear how it goes. You're going to do great. So,
Thank you.
So you have been on Bold for almost a year, and then this web series is part of the storyline of the soap, and then you guys decided to make it an actual web series. Explain how that all came down.
Yeah, it's really incredible. So Lawrence St. Victor, who plays Carter on the show, we were on the Guiding Light together. And when the show was ending, when Guiding Light was canceled, my mother actually said, you guys should, I don't know, she doesn't talk like this, but this is my mother's voice, you guys should make your own show. And so Lawrence said, so we created this web series called Wedlocked. And it's about a young married couple, and we did 5 episodes, and it was great. We had a good time, and people loved it. And then we just left it there and went on our merry way. So anyway, we were both cast on Bold and Beautiful about a week apart.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was amazing. And it was just, but our characters, now we're starting to have a commingled storyline. But at first, really, we're separate. But Brad, in our interviews, was going on and on about Wedlocked. And, fast forward 5 months, he writes Roommate into the show, and, it sort of all goes from there.
And for those who don't know, Brad Bell is the EP, the head writer, the king of Bold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And very smart, and a very nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
All of the above.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really, just the way that we are with an international audience, and this new idea of this really forward-thinking of how can we bring in the web and this new, television moving to the web and working that. And so he brought us in and said, do you want to write and produce and act in the real Roommate? And we said, absolutely.
That's so cool.
And it's been incredible. It's been such a wonderful experience for us, such a learning. We've been involved, obviously, in the writing, talking with CBS and getting to know what it's like to have a network read your scripts and then come back and say, these things need to change. And then we say, but we really want this, and kind of finding the happy medium. And they've been oh my gosh, CBS has been incredible through the whole thing. And then, shooting it, we shot all 8 episodes. They're 8 5-minute episodes. We shot them all in a day. And
really?
It's just like, it was wild, particularly because, over 100 pages of script, and Lawrence and I are in 97, 98% of it. So it was like doing a play for 10
Does it all take
hours.
place in the apartment?
Yeah, pretty much. There's a couple other sets. There's like a bathroom and a closet. And then
There's a closet. There's definitely a closet.
Yeah, we saw the closet.
Definitely. Yes. And then we have, our 2 friends have their sort of little limbo lands. Like our friend has a bedroom, his best friend has a bedroom, and my best friend has an office space. So, but for the most part, it's in the apartment.
And set up for everyone what the kind of the idea behind it, which is you're kind of 2 mismatched roommates, right?
Yeah, basically we're 2 people who are leased the same apartment. We show up on the first day to move in, and we discover that the other one is there. We both have signed leases, and we decide, even though it's illegal, to live together. And but we don't quite get along. Scarlett, my character, is very type A, super organized, really driven. And Lance is a lot more laid back. He's a comic book writer. He just kind of goes with the flow, and Scarlett does not know what that means. So
An odd couple.
It's really a comedy of errors.
And for webisodes, I think the production value is really, really high. People should know, because I think sometimes you hear webisodes and you think, it's my 6-year-old shooting in the backyard. Ooh, that's a good idea. But it's really, really well done. Is it backed by Bold and Beautiful and by CBS, and that's how it was shot so well?
Yeah, I mean, we took Bold is dark on Mondays, and we took a Monday, and it was so funny because they told the crew that we were doing a remote, and so everyone comes in and they were like, "What is this?" And we didn't know that they didn't know, and so as the day's unfolding, they're going, "Oh, is this? It's supposed to be funny," and then by the end of the day, they're and they're coming up with ideas. So it was this really cool moment of letting people be creative in ways that they're not usually creative. And it just felt wonderfully collaborative and yeah, definitely supported by Bold and CBS.
It's really fun, and as I'm not an actor. We were discussing earlier. I have had a starring role on Bold and the Beautiful. I played a producer of The Price is Right.
He was great.
I'm a really
I'm
really terrible actor. Yeah, it's really quite awful.
I don't believe that.
We'll have to put it up somewhere.
Yeah, we should put it up because it really is.
It's pretty awesome.
I'm not overplaying how bad it is. Beth made a lot of fun of me for it. But is it fun for you? Because we should post it.
We have to post it. It's pretty hilarious.
We should put it up. Is it fun playing because you on Bold you have more serious storylines, and by the way, I think a lot of soaps are undervalued in that they can be very funny as well, and that to be a soap actor, you've got to be able to do the dramatic stuff, which is what everyone thinks of. But I think also you have to have comedy chops because I think that's one of the ways that they keep it feeling light and fun at the same time.
Yeah.
But this is a true sitcom with like a laugh track and the whole thing. Is that a very different muscle for you than doing the soaps day to day, or is it similar?
No, it is. It's it's a different rhythm. And, there was a moment on the day that we were shooting the Roommate that they said, we need you to shoot this promo for Roommate as Maya and Carter, because the idea is that it's this whole show within a show. So we both were like, okay. And I just had to take a minute to, who are they and how do they speak and what's their, because it is a really different, it's just that they sit in a different place. They're, it's a different feel. So, but it's also really gratifying as an actor to realize that you have created these different worlds and to realize that there's some range there and to actually be able to use all of those muscles is such a gift. And
so you've shot 8 of them. Is there any talk of doing more? How do you define success for the show?
It's hard to tell. At this point, we've been on hiatus for 4 weeks. So when the show started airing, we were actually, fabulous. When the show started airing, although Lawrence and I did not quite have the hiatus that our counterparts did because of Roommate, we were kind of back and forth. But, everyone just came back into production today. So Lawrence and I popped by and we were editing this morning, but it's been hard. We haven't had a moment to really sit down and do a full download. But what I can say is that the response has been just so positive through social media and emails and, all of that. And they're still extremely excited about it. And Brad wrote us a lovely email, and CBS, again, and continues to be incredibly supportive. So we'll see. I would love to do more, and I know everyone else would too, so hopefully that will happen. And
so tell everyone where they can see it.
You can go to Room 8, and it's the number 8, theseries.com. And there are 5 episodes posted. There's 3 more to go in this season, and they post every Monday and Thursday.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
Carla,
it's really cool you get to write it, too.
Yeah, that you're all part. That's what I got. So one of the things we talk about a lot on the podcast is how to make it in this business, which is really tough. And we spend a lot of time talking about Price is Right and Let's Make a Deal and the CBS lineup and other TV shows. But one of the things, because we have Beth, who is an up-and-coming actress, and we talk to different people trying to make it, whether it's an intern moving their way up or whatever. It's really what I got so impressed with is that I knew that you had to double down on your workload to not only do what you were doing full-time on Bold and Beautiful, but then also come up with this. So it's really cool, and everyone should take note of there's a reason why you and Lawrence are successful and continuing to act, which is a very tough business. You did the other web series, which I didn't even know about, and then now you're doing this. And I think for a lot of people, when they're artistic, creating your own work is super important. So it's very cool that you're doing that. It's so important,
and being that multifaceted is really like what's getting noticed now, and it's so cool that you were able to do that twice.
Yeah, thanks. It has been exactly that. I think in moments of when things are quiet or when things are shifting or things transitioning, as artists, the best thing that we can do in those moments is to create. And I think it's really easy to, obviously, emotions are involved. It's a tough business, and so it's easy to sort of get stuck in a spiral and a downward tailspin. And the greatest way to maintain your integrity and just the feeling that you are moving forward is to be the captain of your own ship. Create the work that you want to do and the world that you want to have, the life that you want to have. And then the pieces will come together. But, you are the one who can really look forward as a business person, as a creator, and just make it happen.
That's awesome. Very good advice. we're one and the same, Beth.
We are.
You see that? That's really Carla. Thank you so much for being on. Thank you for coming on Price. We're going to want to talk to you after the triathlon. That's awesome. So good luck.
Wait, and I'm how.
Oh, I think her phone just cut out. What interesting timing, Carla.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, there it goes.
Goodness.
Carla, thanks for being on with us.
Okay. Oh, bye.
Talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Wow, that was crazy timing, right?
Well, thank God we got through everything.
Yeah, we got through the whole thing, and then all of a sudden, pew, either she was singing a song. Maybe that's the new random show
She
theme.
very excited though.
Yeah,
she had
the
some
new
good
random show theme. She is really that's really cool that
Yeah,
she's
it's
out trying to
awesome.
make it happen. The one piece of advice or one good piece of advice I got when I was in college was from Anson Williams, Potsy
God.
from Happy Days.
We've tried to talk about Happy Days before. I fail the Happy Days talks.
He came on the original random show, which was my college show, and said, "Let me give you one piece of advice. If you write and create, you will always work because you create the work. If you're not doing that, then you are waiting for someone else to hire you, and that's not a good position to be in."
Completely. We always say create your own empire. That's what I think.
I think I shall.
I think you should.
I think we should create some excitement by getting my favorite contestant of all time on, Rowena. Jen Bisgrove, is she on?
Yep, here she is.
Oh, Rowena.
Hi.
Our favorite Price is Right. There she is. I'm talking to Rowena. This is very exciting.
Mike is so excited to talk to you. He giggles every time we talk about you.
So, Rowena, I'm the executive producer of The Price is Right. I'm the executive producer of Let's Make a Deal, and so I see a lot of great contestants come through.
Yes.
I watched that show that you were on, and I was laughing and I think I was having more fun than you were, and you were having a lot of fun.
Yes.
And when you spun $1, I actually stood up and my chair fell over. I was like, no way. Because, you get excited, and I knew you were going to go crazy. I didn't know you were going to start yelling, "Get it, girl. Get it, girl." But
and I don't even know who I was talking to.
I don't.
You ran somewhere to go
Yeah.
talk to someone.
It is unclear who or what you were talking to at that point, because I was like, oh, there she goes. She left. And then she came back in. So I'm so glad that you're on. I'm so glad that you won some money on the wheel and you won on Safecrackers. Let's start at the beginning, which is what made you decide to come to The Price is Right that day and wear a hat with dollar bills stapled to the top of it?
Well, what happened was the day before, I had taken a group to Napa Winery, and I played games on a party bus, and that was one of the hats on the party bus. And so the ladies, and I put $5 and 5 ones on there. So the lady said, "No, I'm donating it back to you. Wear it on The Price is Right tomorrow." And I said, "Okay, I will." So on the ride there, we got there, and I got my hat on, and something said, "Take them 1s and 5s off and put 20s around it." And people kept telling me, "You're not on Let's Make a Deal. You're not on Let's Make a Deal." I said, "No, I just want to show me the money." And I was going up and down the aisles and telling them, "Show me the money. You got my back. You got my back." Everybody said, "Somebody's going to take the money." I said, "No, everybody got my back." And so going through the lines with that hat on was a great conversational piece. I met so many people from so many places.
What's interesting is we don't encourage people to wear costumes or even hats like that, because that is Let's Make a Deal, and I'm particularly sensitive to it because I work on it, and we want to make sure that those two shows, while they are back to back in most markets, that they're separate. They're a good block of television, but they're separate. So we don't want to encourage that. But you were so funny and so much fun that we were never going to pass on you because of the hat. But it almost worked against you because of what people were saying, which is the Let's Make a Deal thing, because you almost looked like a Let's Make a Deal contestant. You didn't have a costume on the rest of you, so it worked out great. Now, Rowena, are you always this animated and upbeat? Because I want to hang with you all the time.
I know. It sounds really fun.
You guys come to Oakland, and I'm going to show you a good time.
Mike,
first I'm
we're
take
going.
You to church.
Road trip.
Well, wait a minute. I never knew how I looked when I was shouting in church. When I catch the Holy Ghost, I never knew what I looked like. And so every time I look at the show, I look at my tape, I said, that's what I look like. And people looking at me look like that. But I am the life of a party. No alcohol, no drugs. It's just me.
I am obsessed with Rowena.
She's amazing. Listen, we've seen a lot of great contestants, and she's amazing. And you could tell, like, it was not an act, like, because people come on, I think, sometimes and put us on a little bit and act not like themselves. And I knew that Rowena was being herself. So no one at home, no friends or family were surprised at the way you came off and that everybody loved you.
No, actually, my daughter. I told my daughter was on the show, but I held off and I said, you have to wait. You have to wait. And she said, okay, I'm going to set my DVR. I said, you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait. And then she says, Mom, did you do anything to embarrass me? I said, I fell out on the floor. I said, no, you got to see it. I'm not going to tell you nothing. She says, Mom, I know you. I know you. I know you did something that I said, no, I was being me. She said, that's what I mean. I know you. I said, you have to wait. You have to wait. And do you know when I came off the show, there was still the people that was in the audience that was from there. They were honking their horns at me. I was walking across the street to the grocery store. They were honking at me and waving at me. I became an instant celebrity.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
No, and what's hysterical, if you watch the clip, when you spin the wheel and you get the dollar, and then Drew says, the showcases are next, trust me, you don't want to miss it. He has his arm around you. He thinks you are the greatest thing he's ever seen. We all felt the same way. Now, when so that was one of my questions. When you were yelling, get it, girl, and then you ran off into I don't know where, do you even remember what you were thinking, or was it just all blurry at that point?
It was blurry. I don't know where, get it, girl. I did it, girl. But I don't know who I was talking to.
Do you say that often in your life? Do you say that often in your? Do you say that often in your life? Like, is that something you often say? No, you just
that's nothing that was familiar to me. It just came out. I did it, girl. I don't know if I was talking to myself, and all I could think is going around running, and I don't know why I was flying. I thought I could fly. I felt so light, and I was just trying to fly. I was trying to fly. I don't know what I was trying to do, but when I watch it, who was I said, get it, girl. But I know when I said,
and then you're going, that's what I'm talking about.
That's
what I'm talking about. What exactly were you talking about?
Show me the money.
Show you the money. And we did.
Show me the money.
It was amazing.
Yeah, show me the money. But you know what? I asked the guys that were putting the microphones on us, and when we got to the showcase, do you know I told them, I said, is there an ambulance out, close by? He said, yeah, why? I said, because if I win this showcase, you guys are going to have to call the ambulance to get me up out of here. So that's why when I got to the showcase, that my daughter had came up and sat up to that front row. She was yelling 30,000, 30,000. But my body was so excited, and I was afraid.
Yeah.
So what did you end up bidding, and then what was the cost of the showcase?
I ended up bidding wait, I could say it. 25,885.
Got it.
And what was the actual amount?
The price was 30,662.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, because I remember you saying 30,000, or I remember your daughter saying 30,000, and going, we were like, oh my gosh, if she bids 30,000, she's going to win, and she's going to tear our set down. I was pretty sure.
I would have shut down the studio.
Yeah, I was pretty sure we were going to be done for the day if you won the showcase.
It's so awesome,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes that episode so amazing and memorable. It's so great.
And we just re-aired it a couple days ago, and it's back. Everyone is tweeting about you. You should know. And there's a lot of hashtag Get It Girls going right now.
Yeah, and then when she called me this morning, I was still every day. Do you know, every day since that show aired, April 4th, there's not a day, and I wouldn't tell you a tale, there's not a day that someone talks to me about Price is Right.
So real quick,
Okay.
You have been back to the show. You've brought one or two. Have you been back twice or just once?
Since my show, I brought another busload there.
So fun.
it.
And now, does everyone think that they're gonna, get up and win because they're with you? Like, are you considered a good luck charm now to getting on Price?
Yes, they said you got some kind of karma, and I said, well, I've been on the show came a couple of times before, but at that time I said it's my turn. And you see, when they called my name, I was turning around talking to somebody, and they had said my name, and then they saying Rowena Tapman Newsom, and that's when I came down the aisle because I just like to see people enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
So if I didn't get on the show, but I know I'm just enjoying people.
And when you came back, Drew saw you in the crowd and then asked you up on stage to dance, right?
Yeah, I didn't get a hug, so I got on stage and was able to dance with Drew. How many people could say that they got up on stage and danced with Drew Carey?
Not very
So
many.
cool that he remembered you too. Of
Yeah.
course.
None of us could forget. Like, I literally wrote it on my show notes from that episode. I was like, she is great. We marked that one for a repeat right away.
Probably because of her.
Oh, not probably, 100%.
That's
because
so
of her.
awesome.
And you had great contestants on with you. So, Rowena, congratulations on winning. You won hammocks.
Hammocks.
You won safecrackers. You won the outdoor furniture and the sunglasses, and you won $1,000 on the wheel. And
So cool.
you became a part of Price is Right legend because you are definitely one of our favorite contestants ever. So thank you so much for being on with us. When we do our road trip to Oakland, we're going to
Oh
stay.
my God, we're so coming.
We're coming to your house, and we're going to do the podcast from there at some point. I think we have to.
I think that sounds great. We'll lay in the hammocks.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
Okay.
Thanks,
Bye.
Rowena.
Thank you.
Wow.
Wow.
I love her.
Get it,
I
girl.
love me some Rowena. Get it, girl.
Get it, girl.
Get it, girl. It's always such a nightmare when people go running off because they run into the cameras and we have no way of shooting them. And so you'll see, like, Adam, our director, will jump off of them and cut to the crowd.
Yeah.
And you see in that, he does a perfect job because as soon as she comes back into full view, bam, he's back on her.
Well, it's sort of funny because when we watch it, they always run, and then there's always a second we're like, oh, crap. And then you
Yeah.
find her from a random view of, like,
Yeah.
a camera trying to get, and it's, like, in the dark. Like,
Yeah.
she's run off to some place that's not even lighted. Like,
Standing next to the page who's
like,
mortified
"Ah."
and just wants to try to make it in television, and now they feel like they're on and they've screwed up in some way.
he's like, why are you attacking me?
Please,
I know.
please leave me alone. I just want to work in PR.
It's so funny when
all I
they
want
run
out
off
of life.
because Drew's so good at just, like, he's there. He's everywhere he's supposed to be, and they just run
They just
somewhere.
leave.
It's so funny.
Well, that was a fantastic random show.
That was.
I enjoyed that immensely.
Good people.
I'm
Good
inspired.
people.
Beth had a bad week, but you know what? It ended on a good note, didn't it?
It did.
Now
It
you
did.
can fly off to Ohio
Yes.
and enjoy yourself with all of that positive from Rowena to Carla.
Yeah.
It's all going to come back. And when you come back
Yeah.
from Ohio,
Uh-huh.
all of that goodness will sprout because you will have fertilized it
Planting
with your
seeds.
of things that will grow in your life and in your career.
And you don't have a staph infection.
Yet. That is, you know what? There's always an upside to
There
everything.
really is.
And I came back from the Sacramento Delta without a
Alive
staph infection.
and no staph infection.
Well,
Mike,
there you go.
your vacation was a success.
I think so. Thanks for listening, everybody. That was random.
Bye.
The concussion.
Podcast.